When you've just separated, things are often very raw and emotions are running high. It's very easy for the emotional side to get tangled up with the practical side. So I think it's important just to pause and get some help at that point. Counselling is a really good place to start. Get some help from a counsellor just to think things through. Is this the right decision for us? And also to help you come to terms with things. Use as a sounding board. That's the first thing I would do. The second thing I would do is to think in terms of having a one-off meeting with a solicitor. I think far too many people see a solicitor and are worried about the whole process kicking off. You're in charge as the client. See a solicitor just for a one-off meeting and explain to the solicitor that it is only a one-off meeting. And then you can get some practical advice. Am I doing the right things? Is there anything I should be doing that I'm not doing? That is always very reassuring, I think, in the early stages. And then just leave it.
Let's take counselling first. What should I look for in a counsellor, and what types of counselling are there?
There are all sorts of different types of counselling. I think in any case I would recommend having one-to-one counselling, just to help you come to terms with things, think things through. You're looking at some big options, some big decisions about your personal life, and to have somebody professional, as well as your friends and family, to bounce those ideas off is a real help. A little bit of objectivity is a real help at this time. Also helps, I think, to have some couple counselling. So the pair of you going in, if you haven't done so already, is this the right decision? Is there nothing else you can do to try and save this marriage or save this relationship? And actually, even if you have, or one of you has, made a decision to end it, at least talk about what the decision is and why you have come to that decision. That helps people come to terms with things too.
Which takes us to children. What should we do there?
I think it is really important to put the children first, and I mean really first. A lot of people pay lip service to it, but actually think about what is best for them. Not what you would wish for yourself, but what is genuinely going to be best for them. There's a lot of real expertise around workshops and so on, counselling for parents as parents, and that can be really helpful. And if you can't get some sort of agreement as parents, there's always mediation, and mediation is absolutely the right place to be. Get it as far away from the lawyers as you can, and talk about the children before you start to talk about the divorce or about finances, because as soon as those things kick off, then the children get lost in all that discussion.
What about those difficult financial and legal aspects which divorce throws up? How do you deal with those?
Initially, when people separate, the whole prospect of divorce, actually ending the marriage itself, looms large. My advice to clients always is, if you can, just park that. Leave that issue to one side. It becomes less and less significant as time moves forward. And actually, by the time you've thought about the children, by the time you've sorted out finances, it's fairly straightforward as to who is going to divorce whom and deal with it at that point. I think so far as the practical sides are concerned, that meeting with a lawyer is very helpful just to make sure that everything is okay. So don't suddenly change banking arrangements, don't change your bank accounts, don't start spending money in a way that you think is going to be best for your future when you start to negotiate. Just keep the status quo, keep things calm. Sudden moves is what sends everybody rushing into their lawyers' offices to issue proceedings. Just avoid that. And above all, I think, be kind to yourselves and really look after yourselves. Be a bit thoughtful.